Echo here again, welcome back to Feed the Beast Unhinged. I've got a problem. I am going to run out of wood. I've got 21 stacks of logs. All these logs have gone. All the charcoal it's produced has gone. All the saplings have gone. Well, I've got 2 stacks of saplings in a minute, but it's going through logs quicker than I can make them. Well, then the tree farm's making them. The options are upgrade the tree farm, but that of course means either making a new cart from scratch or taking that cart off, which will mean this loses temp anyway. It just dropped from 763 to 762, so it's not actually getting to full temp. So I'm left with an issue. It's going to take 16 logs a minute at full temp. That's what this guy takes. Right, so what I'm going to do, now I've actually got power, I can go a different route. Because I didn't have power to power an MFR tree farm, I couldn't make an MFR tree farm. Now I've got power to run one. I was in a catch 21. Now I've got power to run one. I can actually make one. So what I've done is I've got myself some raw plastic, which is gained by cooking up rubber. So I've done that. That lets me get some plastic sheets, which is a start of MFR stuff. So first thing I'm going to need is, because I don't think an MFR tree farm will keep up on its own either, we need this guy. Bucket we've got, plastic sheets we've got now, bricks we've got, and machine block. Well, we can use a machine frame again. So again, it's using more steel. Everything needs steel. I've found out everything needs steel. We want one sewer, we're going to want a harvester and a planter. So we might as well just make 3 of them straight off. We're going to want a fertilizer as well. We might as well make that as well. Let's make all of it, screw it. So 4 of them, and some of them. So I'll get these bits made. So this is basically what you need for a tree farm. In this mod pack, you need a sewer. Now a sewer, what we'll do is we'll put that underneath our cows, and that'll start collecting liquid sewage, which we can put in a composter. I need another machine. I need a composter. We can start using some power for that. So let's start off. Let's get the sewer made. So we should have some clay somewhere. Got 7. Probably more than that. Wonderful. 4 when I've got the first hurdle. I thought I had more clay, once I used it all up. Okay, well I'll get all the bits ready for these things, and we'll get all the items made, and I'll start running power from down there across, so I'll be using gold cable for that, because I've got plenty of gold, so that's not bad. And the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place the farm over here, make this a little bit smaller, so I'll probably run this line down there, move this up a little bit, and have the cart under there coming from both farms if I can. It's going to take a bit of doing, and hopefully I can do it before I run out of wood. What have I done since last time? I've made the cow separate. I've just put the sheep on his own over here and the chicken on his own here. The chickens are eventually going to get a transition plane from applying logistics underneath him. The sheep can probably have his own little rancher behind him, but the cows are where we're going to have some action. And I'm probably going to have 2 5x5 pens. I'll move it back one. So I want to get the sewer under them guys. And what else have I done? I've done some more mining, so I've got some more iron. I was mainly focused on iron, so I've got some more iron. That was in the hollow hill. I've repaired my bow. I give him a name change as well. Apparently that stops it costing more and more each time you repair. So I've called him Bowie after the singer. And I repaired my helmet and called it Lid. Next thing is the boots. So I think I need to repair that. I just put the helmet in there with one steel ingot, change the name. I think it cost me like 14 or something. So just until I can get better armour, I'm doing that. So that's basically what I've done. That was all in the hollow hill. Anything else up here? Planted loads of rubber trees. So I can get rubber. Move the cocoa and the cactus up here. And just in case I didn't mention it. That's weird. That should have been. You can plant them on crops, it just has to be on dirt. I had it on soil sand, that was my issue. Right, I'll crack on with this then. I'll get all the components made. I'll be back when the components are ready, so we can put a few things together. And we're back, and the observant amongst you will have noticed that I had actually 2 stacks of clay up there. I know you noticed after I've gone and got some more, but I think I've got all the stuff I need here, so let's start with the sewer. So I'll start a bucket, and grab a bucket. We've got from looting things, of course. Plastic sheets always at the top in these things. So the sewer takes 5 bricks on the bottom, so there's our first item. And then we're going to want a planter. Now these all take circuits in this, so that's quite harsh. So it's copper, circuit, and a flower pot. So copper plates, 2 pistons, and a circuit gets us a planter, and then a harvester takes shears and iron axe, which of course all take these all take iron plates. Was that the gold? Yep, that gets us a harvester. So then I guess we're back onto these things here for the composter. No, I've done wrong. Composter that's an advanced circuit. Okay, composter needs an advanced circuit, and I've not actually done the fertilizer, have I? So I actually need some more stuff still. I need 2 bits of leather, some silver plates, and another advanced circuit. So I need 2 advanced circuits, a couple of silver plates. I'll get them bending. So good job we had this, because we're using double of all them as well. So advanced circuit should be pretty straightforward. If the recipe hasn't changed from previous versions, it should just be stuff that I've got plenty of. If you're looking here, look at all this. I've got loads of glowstone, I've got loads of lapis, I've got loads of redstone, because I've been getting loads of lapis and redstone from the hollow hill there. So yeah, there's an advanced circuit, so I need to make a second one of them. I'm getting really low on copper. I have actually got some in my hopper there, ready to process, but not processed yet. Now, of course, the reason why I'm panicking is because I don't want the boiler to cool down after all the resource I've spent warming it up. The thing with the Steve's Cart tree farm is, a basic tree farm as it is, it uses diamonds, but it also only collects 80% of the resource. Now, if you use it, the next tier one, it collects 100%, and the top tier one, the Galgadorian, collects 120. So we are actually losing some resources as well, which I think may be affecting it a bit. Because I expected a farm that size to be able to run a boiler easy. It really isn't. The sawmill only gets 4 wood, but it gets the extra charcoal every 8 bits of wood, which should make a difference really. Should make more difference than it seems to be. So I don't really know what's going on there. What's going on here? I want M2. I'll swap that for that. I need 2 bits of leather, so I'm going to have to kill one of my cows. I'm going to have to kill one of my cows. Might as well breed them first though. Let's crack on with that. So I'm going to upgrade the Steve's farm. The thing that I'm making now, the good thing about this is that let me in. The good thing about this is I'm not actually wasting anything, because I can always use this farm for something else later on. So it's not like I'm throwing stuff away. Right, sorry cows. That's a murder in front of your babies. That's enough. That's all I need. Let me out. I'll kill some more later. Killing cows on camera. So I want my circuit out of here. Sorry, not my fan plate to make my circuit, and that needs to be advanced as well, I believe, wasn't it? So that gets me all the machines made. So now what I need to do is I need to find out where these are going to go. No, I don't. I need to do one more thing first. I need to make an upgrade for the sewer, because that's going to need its range being a bit bigger. So let's put all this stuff back together. So what was I missing? That and that, and then I believe gets a little composter yet, and then the fertilizer was leather and a glass bottle, which we should have some up here somewhere. Glass bottle, wonderful. Leather, silver. So there's your suite of manufacturing machines that you need to make not just a farm, but the thing we want the composter and the sewer for is to make this stuff, industrial fertilizer. You can make that using bone meal and string and sticks and wheat, but it also makes it in the composter, which is a better way of doing it. You'll get some bonus things. No, that's not the composter, that's a sludge boiler. So that'll get us fertilizer, which should increase the speed we get them. So we need to get that placed down first. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to make some conductive gold pipe. I made some more steel engines. Now the steel is, I need a lot of it. I need to make Steam turbine takes a whole load. Engines, I've made the 7 more, so I've got 8 engines, that's all I'm going to be using. And a steam oven I need to make as well. So that boiler should run, I think this boiler at full temperature, 750, was it 62 before? Yeah, it's going down and it's losing temperature. Just can't keep up. That I could be getting them going straight in, of course, if I'd wired this a little bit different. But I'm just going to try and keep it going with what it's got until I get a better wood source. This I think should run 8 engines, which will be on this side, a steam oven, which will be on one side, and a steam turbine, I think. But who knows? Knowing Greg, I can't blame Greg for that. So I'll get some of this routed. Before I do that, let's actually make an upgrade. It's the other thing we need. So range upgrade, will it be? No. Upgrade, it's these guys, and I might as well make it biggest one. Oh shit, no what? Don't tell me they all need one of them. Okay, the little ones don't. Interesting. So anything over 7 needs a data control circuit. So the gold is the biggest we can go. Insulated gold cable, advanced circuit. So that'll increase the radius of this to 15 total. So I'll be making one of them, and that goes in the sewer. Where is it? Not sewer, there it goes. So the sewer will go where the cows live. The range increase will go there. That'll start collecting sewage from any animal that's on it. So it'll be in the range of all the cows and the sheep and the chicken and that. But I need to get more cows in there. If I stand on that, it should get some from me as well, possibly. Might not do that anymore. So I'll get that sorted out, and I'll be back in a bit. Well, I think it might be panic over. I've just rushed all this together. It's a right mess. I'm going to show you it all in a minute, but it is a right mess. Someone did let me know I should be using different wood in an earlier episode. If I had a bit more time, I might have done that, but I had all them saplings. I needed to get this going as quick as I could. So I maybe should have used, I think he said jungle. I think birch is a little bit quicker as well. I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm using oak really. I'll have to try. There was a thread on the FTB forums once upon a time about it, about which was the fastest wood in, I think it was measured in, I think they did it in maybe all different types of farms. Anyway, I've made a horrible, crazy contraption. The sewer is there. I'm trying to get as many cows in it as possible. Ideally, you want this to fill up each tick. See that tick there? It's getting, well, the more cows in range of it, or the more animals in range of it, the bigger that. So ideally you're aiming for a full thing every tick, but so we're not there yet. I'm breeding more cows, so I've got wheat on me as we go. So that goes into there and uses power. Gets turned into this stuff, industrial fertilizer. So what I've got here, I've got 8 engines there. I just banged all 8 of the engines on. It's probably not using anything like the full power of them, but the way these pipes work now, that don't matter. The steam's producing anyway, so we're not wasting anything. So you might as well put all 8 on here. I've made a quick bit of redneck cable. That's nice and easy. It's just plastic sheets. Redstone got me 8, and it was 8 that I needed, 4 for each side. Because these engines need a redstone signal on them, so I've just got 4 shoved there for now, and 4 shoved there. This, again, this will all be tidied up. I guess these engines will probably be on this side out of the way once I'm sorted. But this will just get it going. From the oven there making charcoal, I'll just put a gold pipe into the bottom of there, which would of course overflow if this was full, but I don't think it's any chance of getting it full at the minute. But as you can see, we're still going up. 759, it was 753 or something when I came back on, so it's definitely going up, which is good. And I've got more of this fertilizer, which I'm going to throw in outside. And this side as well, I've put another hopper just under the saplings for that. Oh shit, I don't mean to do that. Get off. I don't think that can go in there. No, it can't. I've got a hop under there and just a chest. That's shoving my saplings in there as well. So everything, until it gets to 1,000 degrees, everything's getting thrown in there. 760, come on. So yeah, so power off there. So I've got power going down which go into the sawmill and the powered furnace. I'd say that'll be getting replaced by a steam oven. You may notice I did have a second sawmill here, but I'll take it out for now. That was, I made us another sawmill. I thought at some point I'll get an uncrafting table and I'll just break it down back into its parts. But I've got a spare sawmill there. I don't think I'll ever need two again, but I'm pretty sure at some point I'll be able to uncraft it with an uncrafting table, get the bits back and recycle all the bits from it. So what I did there, I put that there and I used the wood out of the barrels here, feeding straight into them with the hopper. So that was alright. And then if you look, I've sent the pipe that way, and our trusty cart there, I have to sleep to make sure we don't get blown up outside there. Our trusty cart is now... Okay. Monsters, where are you? Turn F7 off. Let's go find that zombie I can hear growling. There he is, he's in with the sheep. Get off me sheep. Must be a Welsh zombie, what do you reckon? Let's go up here then. Hopefully we can sleep now. And I can show you the crazy contraption that I made. So you saw me make all the bits. And it's just a case of powering them and piping them really. So what I've done, first thing I did was I've made the Steve's Cat tree farm a little bit smaller. Hello. Must have had a brother. Made that a little bit smaller, give me a little bit of room here. So I've got this room here. What I'm going to do on me here is stick this fertiliser in there. So you'll see that it's only taking power when it actually needs it. So that fertiliser is now pulling power, as is the harvester. So what we've got is a power line runs from through there. Power line's going to the harvester, to the planter, which is there, and to the fertiliser, harvester and planter. So they're all getting power, so that's the bit you can see there. The planter goes underneath the middle block, so we've got a block of grass there, then a planter underneath. These can be bigger of course with a range upgrade, but for now I've just made it a 3x3. Keep it quick and easy. And then, as you can see, the harvester, this sludge doesn't matter. If you've got somewhere to send it, you can save it, but if you haven't, then it doesn't really matter. It's a good source of clay, so it's worth doing. So I probably will pipe that to a sludge boiler at some point, but for now, it doesn't really matter. And as you can see, anything the harvester harvests comes into the gold pipes. Gold pipes feed into this item loader, so I made another item loader, extended my little track a little bit further, swapped the boarding track that was there for a holding track, so now it can go both ways for that. Made a little bit longer, a couple more bits of booster track. Didn't really, yeah, probably did need them actually. So it needs to power off both ways with this. These have both got a redstone torch underneath the stone block that they're on. That's just a normal bit of track there, and it's all working wonderfully. So it's collecting from there as it goes by. It's collecting from here each time it goes by. There we go. So each time you see the cart come back, nice and quick. And this is much. I reckon it's quicker than pipes, to be honest. This little cart. He's a good lad. Let's give him a name. So after watching Forgecraft, CPW's little quarry thing, I'm tempted to do everything with carts as much as I can, really. So the only other thing I've done here that's a bit weird is I put loads of cobblestone in here because there's no need for all that to be full of saplings. I'd rather have my saplings going in the boiler at the minute, so I've just blocked all them up with cobblestone. Obviously it can't plant cobblestone, so it just ignores all them slots and just keeps using that slot there, so that means I'm getting more saplings through to here, so we can burn them. Wonderful. So all I need to do now is tidy this up, and I've thrown all my blocks away. I'll grab some dirt blocks and some stone blocks, tidy all that up, and I will tidy this up sometime later, but the key at the minute is to get the boiler to 1000 degrees. So that was all I really cared about, so keep it nice and tidy, making sure nothing spawns under here as well. I can probably cover that gap there. Yeah, that doesn't affect him. I won't do that one because I think the slope there might affect it. There we go, I can fill all this in. Shouldn't have to touch any of this, to be honest. And at some point, if we was going to leave it like this, I'd get a couple of covers, just tidy, yeah, a couple of facades. Cover that bit, and Robert's your father's brother, as the saying goes. So there we go, that's that bit done. So now it's just a case of keeping an eye, make sure things keep working as intended. Keep jumping in here each every few minutes and get a few more cows bred up. So that's got a 7 range upgrade. These only have a 1x1, so it'd only, without a range upgrade, you'd only get sewage from the block that it is. But a 7 radius upgrade that I put in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that way. So it should include the sheep, probably not the chicken, but it's including the sheep, I guess. And of course 7 that way. It's easy covering that. And it might even be getting a bit off me. I don't know if it's probably, if Greg has what to do with it, probably don't get anything off me. But you see that's probably getting a little bit more than it was last time you saw it. Because I've bred a couple more cows. As all these grow to adults, I'll kind of fill this up quite a lot. It's a bit noisy and irritating, but you know, everything's temporary here. So, what can we do now then? Well, we can... What's he left them for? Oh, he's there. What are you doing, damn guy? He's now got a charcoal, needs to sort that out. He's unloaded into there. He's loaded into the hopper, which is good. So I'll get a bit more charcoal in there in a bit. Once this boiler is up to 1,000, and if this runs it alright on its own, I will slowly do the upgrade on that. Look, let's head in here, and let's look at the board. Automate tree farm, well that's done. 2 tree farms got automated. Compressor, extractor, plate bender, all done. Also good. Someone also told me that if I wrench the side of these, now to get the power to go through them, if you wrench the side, you get a little square there. I always thought the square was just where the items are going to eject to. So I thought this one. So I need to have a little play around in creative and a little test weld with that, see what the crack is. But I'm pretty sure this one means share power, and this one means eject stuff. In 1.6 it's different, you have to actually put ejector modules on stuff, but in this 1.5 version, as far as I understand it, that's how it works. At the minute, I ain't got a wrench, and that's something I want to make. Now, I've burned through one wrench. I'm going to use a wrench a lot, and I'm not sure if there's still a chance of losing machines. Now, IC2, I've used an Omni wrench for ages, but there's no Omni wrench in this, of course. IC2, there is a lossless wrench, electric wrench, which I'm going to need to use another 5 steel for. So let's bend some steel up. And it takes an electronic circuit and not an empty cell, an RE battery, which I should have one of, which I have. If you look here, electric wrench. This guy works with a Buildcraft wrench. Dismantle and rotate blocks of most mods. Rotation to target depends on where exactly you click. So it takes 4 steel plates, never mind. We'll always use that 5th one. So electronic circuit, RE battery, that way around, and 4 steel plates. And at least we aren't wasting more materials. Sorting that out. Now this probably won't charge in there. Let's have a look. Oh, it is. Okay. It's charging in there, that's alright. One thing I want to check is if I shift click this, will it go lossless? No, so I'm guessing that means as lossless maybe doesn't exist or you can't get away from it. So they're both turned on as far as I can tell. If I click that, so I get that square there, which I thought was the ejector. And I guess if I shift click it's going to dismantle it. Maybe they don't have enough power left. Oh, they're in, look. 3 of 16, okay. I'll see if it charges quicker in the MFE. I presume it will charge quicker in here. Yeah, there we go, look, much quicker. So, yeah, I'm not really sure how the power thing works. Oops, well that's dismantled it. And it's taken over half the thing, so I don't know if it's lost us all the time now. No idea. But at least that's only going to take power from us now, and not going to take, not going to keep wearing wrenches down. So we use a wrench for a lot of stuff, of course. So I can actually get that from the bottom, can't I? So I don't have to break that block at all. Go back block. Thank you very much. How are you doing? 767, still going up. It's bent for everything though. I have to keep my eye on this guy. Keep putting them in as often as I can. Make sure that that tree farm is using fertilizer as often as it can. Obviously, I'll put another little train in for the. Oh, what are you doing? Let's go as quick as it can then. There's cow escapes. So it is using that up. 63. It's using it when it can, in it. So I guess that's alright. Loads of cows. Right, I'll cut the camera then. No, what? What was it up to? We was up to steam and turbine engines, upgrade tree farm, factorisation processing. Well, I'm going to start with a look at factorisation process. I need to do this, but I ain't got the steam. Sorry, I ain't got the steel. And winding this is starting to get to me a bit. I've still got, if you look in here, I've got what in there? In the actual grind, I think. There we go. I've got another 40 odd, 43. So that's another 60 odd iron, which is possibly another almost stack of steel. But winding this manually is getting to me a bit. But it's alright. I'm watching a few YouTube videos while I do it. But I want to get on with factorisation processing pretty soon. And it'll either be steam and turbine engine or factorisation processing, and I'll keep my eye on that. So yeah, I'll cut the camera for now. I'll be back in a bit. Well, hooray! Check this out. 999 degrees. We're about to go to 1,000, so it's fully warmed up. I've fully caught up, and it's working a lot better than it was with the Steve's Cat Tree Farm. I recorded most of this video last night because I wanted to start getting this sorted. There we go, 1,000 degrees. We are at temperature. And if you look, I brought my laser down here for a start. I've moved this. I'll show you where that is in a minute. The composter. At the minute we've got charcoal going to there. I need to deal with that at some point. That's going to get full, so I may have to divert that into a barrel. But what we've got in here now is this guy's full. This started catching up by about 800 degrees. It started catching up. This is full. The hopper behind there is full. That's full. That's full. So we've got a lot of buffer. And if you look in here, come here, Jeff. Cat's called Jeff, by the way. That's full as well. So I've had to deal with a couple of things because of that. Now, as you can see, I've moved the engines around this way, and I've just restarted the server. And as you can see, no, they're all working. Cool. So with these, I've had some issues before, redneck cables. With when restarting servers, engines not always turn on. I'm actually going to do that a little bit different. I'm going to do that a little bit different now. Because I've got the laser down here, I've been making some more stuff. One of the things I made is 4 basic gates. The noise of the cows is winding me up already, by the way. I am going to have to move the cows further away. Because with the steam engines and the cows, it's just constant noise. I need to start spreading my base out. Is that a slam? There's a slam somewhere. I've also got bits of tree stuck in the air. Now, things have changed out there a little bit. We'll get down there in a minute. I wonder where the slam is. Screw him. So that just adds more noise to the thing. Let's carry on down here first then. One thing I want to do, now I've got actually power for the laser, is make 4 of these gates, really simple. They're just redstone chipsets in an assembly table, and the redstone chipset's just a bit of redstone. So each of these only costs a bit of redstone and a bit of power and a bit of time. And they're going to tidy this up a little bit for me. So I'm going to, as you can see, I've started using my efficiency on breaking pick quite a lot. I maybe shouldn't be, but that's alright. I was going to brick all them off there. That's it. Brick stuff to get the levers and stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a redstone, no I'm not, I'm going to put one of these gates on each of the wooden pipes there. One there, one there. I'm just going to set this to Ooh, look at that. I'm going to put that to, not power requested, just liquid in tank, which means steam in the tank. There'll always be steam in the tank, so that's why I'm going to go in for that one. Liquid in tank, redstone signal. So that's just a little tidier way, I think, of liquid in tank and liquid in tank. So it's classing the steam in the boilers there as a liquid. So there'll always be steam in here as long as it's running. So that'll always give them a redstone signal. So they'll always run from that. So a nice, little bit more compact way of getting the redstone signal to the engines there, which I quite like. So you can see where the power goes. It goes up that way, across the top, and then down here at the minute. I'm thinking of putting it behind there though. I'm thinking of going down there behind that, just to the back of this thing. So that's this side all sorted. I can cover all that up, and we can hide this with some smooth stone. Have it all locked in because we never have to touch this again now. This is going to run constantly. The thing with a steam boiler, it'll always produce steam, so there's no point having your engines turn on and off. You might as well just keep them running. Pipes, conductive pipes don't blow up anymore, so that's not an issue. So that's all good. What do we get up there? 7. Lost another one somewhere. Things bouncing all over the place. Is it out here? Yeah, it is. Look at that. Son of a bitch. How do you get right out here? So the next thing to look at, I guess. Let's just tidy this up while we're going. Bloody cows are so loud. I'm missing extra utilities for the sound muffler. I mean, it's extra utilities. There's a lot of nice extra stuff, but the sound muffler would be really useful right about now because it's so loud up there. It's starting to get to me last night a bit. I don't mind admitting it. Tidy. There we go. All nice and tidy. Right. So yeah, laser's just running on one laser. What am I making here? I'm making some iron gates. It seems. I think I was going to trigger that to only go off. Ah, yeah, I was going to do that on a trigger, but we're going to change it. We're going to put steam over here in a minute. So, next thing I did then was, you may have noticed up here that, let's get rid of these leaves. The power running to that, there was a little, if you look back earlier in the videos, there's a little power line went across and then down one, and I kept looking at it across. I thought, well, I could put the composter there, so that's what I eventually did. I moved the composter across. Now I've used some of this blackstone here. This is just cobble around ink sacks. You get 8 cobble around 1 ink sack will give you 8 this black cobblestone, which I quite liked. Part of the reason why I wanted that is because I wanted some facades, because I wanted to start covering things up. So you see there, that's actually a gold transport pipe covered with a facade. If I can actually get some facades, we can see what's going on inside here. Now, so all I did, I made some. This, by the way, the cows kept getting stuck in the fence, the cobblestone wall, and dying stuck in the wall. So I've changed it all for cobble for now. I am going to move this about 20 blocks that way, I think, though, just so not quite so loud. So let's. Oh shit! Let's jump in here. Oh, another bonus is, let's grab one of these. Another bonus of getting my power up and running is I connected my ME network up, which I made in the stream, but I've not actually covered anything yet. So if you've not seen this before, you won't know what the hell it is. But that's just powered. It's using 7 units, which is about 2 MJ. Currently, it's not doing anything, but it's just nice that it's powered. So that's just got a, there we go, that's just looped off the cable, off the conductive cable there. That's the top of the boiler, you can see there, look. That's all good. So what I did was, I thought I might as well run the liquid pipe over here. So that's exactly what I've done. I run a liquid pipe across from the sewer, which you can still see over there somewhere. Run it across here. Where's the black one gone? There we go. And run it down into the side of here. So what you can do with a facade, if you've got one in your hand, you can actually pull the other ones off by shift right clicking. There we go, we can just pull that off, have a look in there now. Same with that one, let's pull that one off. Have a look in there. Let's jump back down here, so you can see it's a whole mess of cables and stuff down here. I kind of like this a lot. There's cables everywhere. So I just brought the waterproof cable into here. That power cable was already there because that's where it was anyway. So I just plunked the composter on top of that. So now the composter produces whenever it can, and you can see it's slowly filling this up. So the fertilizer is always full, so the woody is always made. Now the problem this started causing me was that it was starting to overflow the cart. So what I've done is the 2 iron hand gates that I made by hand. I've got one on here. So this is our item loader that drops things into the cart. As you can see, I've got iron hand gate on there. Inventory full, red pipe signal. And that is the item transport pipe that takes wood from the harvester. It's coming up the back now. Takes wood from the harvester down under there, back to the diamond pipe into the planter, and then into the item loader. So this is the other end of that, and that's set to red pipe signal on, is a redstone signal, and that turns the harvester off. So the harvester will only turn on when there's space in there, and that'll only turn on when the tank cart gets empty. Now there might become a long-term problem in this. If we look at the tank cart, I'll have to check this out as well. If we look at the tank cart, not the tank cart, the chest cart, he's only got wood in there. Come here, wait. He's only got wood in there, so if he keeps taking a little bit of wood, then eventually that might fill up with saplings and apples. So I may have to manually, now and again, I may just have to manually take the apples and saplings out of that. Just eventually this might end up all apples and saplings, and then I don't know, I guess eventually it'd take them up the cart, and then it'd take some apples and saplings out. So I think it might still work. I'm keeping an eye on it though. I'm keeping an eye on it. And then this is just the same here still. So this will be getting full underneath as well. We can't really get to anywhere at the minute. Let's have a, see if we can get to this other hopper. There we go. So that hopper's nearly full there. See, look. So this is what I meant. This one's kind of is almost full of saplings and wood. So it keeps every time it uses a bit of wood, it comes back and grabs a bit of wood out of this one by the look of it. So I'll use this up first. Eventually this is going to get full, and then once that gets full, then I can't get out again now. Always making things awkward to get to. That's the price of making it sure that mobs don't spawn under your pipes and stuff. Right, so let's cover all this back up. So that is a very nice little compact, well, not really compact, but nice massive, all three types of gold pipe there. We've got item, liquid and conductive, all running around each other in a nice little pipe orgy. Once this guy has got things in it, so with that hopper underneath that gets full, this will start filling up, and once this starts filling up, of course it triggers a redstone signal that I've hidden under a structure pipe here, under the sides there. So that, of course, where do you go? Got that back here. That, of course, there. If the inventory's got items in it, the redstone signal turns off, which blocks the cart onto here. So as long as there's items in there, that cart's off. So both of these are automated, and they'll both stop when the chests are full. So I think we've got 2 fully automated farms. It took a while, and it took a bit of panic. I think when this one runs out, I think this one can man it on its own, to be honest. Especially, in fact, it can definitely man it on its own, because we've got enough fertilizer coming through that it can keep it running with fertilizer most of the time. This is just like a bonus one. I think when this runs out of diamond, I'll probably take this one off for now. Gradually upgrade it. I'm in no rush to upgrade it now, but I will upgrade it to a Galgadorian, and then I might try that again later with a Galgadorian. Or I may use this for something, some other kind of farm. Not sure yet, but as things go, I'm quite happy with the state we're at now. So we can sleep, and I don't know how my guy would ever sleep with that amount of cows right underneath his bedroom, but I'll sleep and then I'll come back in the daytime and we'll get on with something else. Okay then, I wasn't going to get on with more this episode. I was going to make a steel oven. It only takes 24 steel in a steam oven, so that's pretty cool. And then a steam turbine takes about 200 steel. I'm not sure if I've got enough for that, if I'm being honest. But I've got another issue, and the video's over 40 minutes, so I'm going to wrap up in a couple of minutes. I've got 24 steel plates ready for the steam oven there. I'm up to 128. I've got another stack of iron cooking to steel, so we're not quite there for the steam turbine anyway. It's about 200 roughly. I've not actually worked out fully. The problem I've got now is, if you look at my inventory, I've got industrial fertilizer jumping out. I thought this would stop if it had nowhere to put it, but instead it just spits out the top. So we need to do a little bit of redstone control on this as well. So I've got a cobblestone structure pipe there, and I'm just going to put it on inventory full, redstone signal, and I'm hoping that passes through that block to that. I think it should. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, the idle's not moving, so that's passing through that block to that, so that's good. So we can, just to prove that, if we turn that off, look, that'll work again. We can turn that back on again, and it'll stop again. So there we go, we can control that with that. So that means we're only going to actually produce, for now, we're only going to produce fertilizer when we want it. Of course, I could do with a big backlog of fertilizer for other stuff later on, so I probably will change it from, but for now that's working okay. This tree farm was stuck, it had a couple of apples in there, so this had stopped. So I need to keep a little eye and make sure that things don't get backed up with saplings and apples that cause problems. I don't think it will. I just need to keep a little eye on it. Because of the fertilizer issue at the minute, I have killed most of the cows. We've only got 6 in there again now, so you can still hear them a bit, but it's not as insane as it was. That was driving me nuts, really was. So I'm going to wrap up the episode there. Next episode, I shall get on with, first of all, steam oven, then a steam turbine. Should have enough steel for it, and then we'll start on that guy and that guy. We're going to do these two kind of like together, factorization, processing, and ME network. We're going to start connecting things up to the ME network, which means expanding the ME network. The main thing with that, the main limiting factor with that, is how much of this stuff we've got status quartz. We haven't got a great deal, so that kind of limits how quick you can expand an ME network. So we'll cover that next episode. So as always, thank you very much for watching this panicky episode. We got there in the end. Now we've got a fully automated farm, so that's all good, and we've got plenty of power from the boiler, so that's all good. Cheers. Bye. Okay, I'm back again. I did make an error, of course. I set this so that it was a redstone signal that came on, which stopped that block, which turned that off, but like an idiot, it also turned that off, of course. And we need it to be able to turn this off while leaving this on. Because this is turned off, obviously it'll never use any fertilizer, so it'll never turn back on, so it'll lock the system up. Idiot. So I've just changed that. I've had to use iron and gates, so we can use a red pipe signal. So inventory full, red pipe signal, redstone signal, so that works nice. So there we go. Just that's that sorted. And I found that out by, I filled this barrel here. I pulled loads of wood out of there. I just want to say what had happened. I pulled a load of wood out of there just to fill this barrel up, so about half a stack. And so that's filling up again. It seems to pull all the apples and saplings out first, so it's put all them in first, and now it's gradually filling itself up with wood again as the farm works. I'll just manually turn the farm off just to show you, because it was a bit noisy out there. But we can let that get going again now. So I just get that odd bit of wood up there that I have to deal with. So I'll break that off again. That'll start going again, and once it gets full it'll stop again. So there we go, just a little error there. I thought I'd best clarify that before I put the video out. So again, cheers, bye.